Hey there everyone, it's Kathy and welcome back to my craft room and also to my YouTube channel. Thanks so much for stopping by. I hope that you enjoy today's tutorial. It is a fast, simple, easy card, but yet when it's finished, it's an elegant card. Now we're going to do it out of a different color, and the star of the show is actually a celebration item called Favored Flowers, I believe. It coordinates with, yeah, Favored Flowers, and it's a beautiful pack of paper, but you can't buy this. You can only earn it for free, and you can see it's got some very rich vibrant colors in it. It is gorgeous. So we're going to do today, since this card was done using the this flower, this one right here, I thought why not do one with the petal pink and the green and the Calypso coral. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to change up our sentiment a little bit, but the card's going to be very similar. So I have a card base that is 8.5 by 5.5 and scored at 4 1/4 to give you the A2 size card, and I have a mat that I'm going to use on the front of it, and this is just a standard. This is 4 1/4 by 5.5, and we're going to trim this one down. I want to trim this down to 4 by 5 1/4 or 5. It doesn't matter because we're going to cut it off. So I'm going to keep it as a standard size mat, which would make it 4 by 5 1/4. And that is our mat. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our paper snips, and I'm going to go in and cut around this flower, but I'm not going to fussy cut it because we have dies for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go around in this black area, being careful not to cut my leaves or my little buds off because I want my dies to do that. And there's our flower. So we can lay this over here. And here is the dies that are the Fragrant flowers. There is a stamp set for that as well. And it's the Fragrance flower bundle. Anytime you bundle, you save 10% over buying them separately. And there's a separate number to order from with the bundle. So make sure when you are ordering that you're sure if you're wanting the bundles, you get it. And if you don't want it, make sure you're ordering from that number for just the stamps or the dies. That's pretty important. Alright, I'm going to bring this around, and I'm going to sit this down on this flower. So this is a little tedious because you got all that black back there, but you want to get it where you're not seeing any black on your dies. Once you feel pretty good with it, take your little flags, post-it flags, or your sticky tape, whatever you use to hold your dies down. Secure that in place. And I don't know if this will go through my little one or not. Anytime you're not sure, just grab your plates. And we can lay this on here, and if it will fit, and it will, we can use our small die cut machine. So I'm going to bring this up. This is a little bit easier to see on camera because it does fit on the desk much better. So I'm going to load this in, and let's crank it through. You notice I'm having trouble with it going through. I'm going to shift that top plate up just a bit so it grabs it. And there we go. Now I'm just going to take these pieces of tape off, and this is what we're left with. Is that not gorgeous? Love, love, love it. It cuts it out so perfectly, so beautifully, and that makes me happy. Alright, so I'm going to leave this out because we got one other thing we got to cut, and I'm not sure if I can do it on the small one. I might have to take it to the the larger machine. But we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. We're definitely not to it yet. So, what I want to do now is I want to bring this piece back over, and I want to stamp this piece. So I'm going to lay this all up here. And I'm going to grab this stamp set this stamp right here. And this comes from the Around the Bend, and it's this one right here. And it gives you a nice little curvy detail on your card. I love it. I think it's gorgeous. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a stamp block. And I'm going to get my Stampin' Pierce mat because I feel like I would do much better having a little bit of cushion under this than I would just stamping it willy-nilly. So I'm going to do that, but I'm also going to lay a piece of grid paper over top so I don't get ink everywhere. So now all we have to do is grab our Calypso Coral, load up our ink, and then you want to make sure that your dots are facing down, and just come in, I would say maybe an inch, inch and a half, and stamp. Very pretty. But it's going to get prettier because we're going to die cut that piece. So I am going to, if y'all will bear with me, I'm going to grab my Stampin' Scrub and I am going to clean the stamp. Alright, so now to the die. And the die that we're using is this one right here. And what you're going to do is you're going to get this as even as you can under those dots. Alright, once I get that in place, I'm going to use my Post-it notes to kind of secure that. And I think for this one I am going to need my big machine. So grab my plates. And again, I want this to go through with the least amount of resistance as possible. So I'm going to push it through like this. Alright, so now we have this cut, and let's go ahead and pull our paper back. And look how cute that is. Now when we lay this on top of our Calypso Coral card base, it's going to really pop. See what I mean? And then we lay this beautiful flower right here. Alright, so what we want to do now is we want to go ahead and adhere the flower and the mat to our card base. But before I do that, I do want to stamp, and I'm going to stamp Just Wanted to Say Thanks, and I already have that loaded on a block. And I want to stamp that so that it fits right about here, or we could do it here. Let's do it there. Looks like we might have a little bit more wiggle room in that direction. Yeah, let's do it that way. So I'm going to ink this up. I feel like I need to use the mat under it, so I'm going to grab my Stampin' Pierce mat. Alright, I think I want it something like that. So that way I can know exactly where I need to stamp. So I'm going to ink up good. Very pretty. Now we can grab some dimensionals, and we are going to put dimensions on the back of this. And I'm putting enough of these on to make sure that it is well balanced and doesn't come off of my card. I don't think there's anything more embarrassing than to make a card and it fall apart. So that's one thing. I always want to make sure that my cards are good quality, and that's using the right amount of, whether it's dimensionals or foam tape or even glue. This can be the most time-consuming thing you do, is actually pulling these backers off of your dimensionals, but it is a necessary evil. Alright, so let's get this out of our way. Bring back in this, and I believe this flower will look good. Something like that. Alright, so now we're ready to go ahead and put this onto our card base. So this is going to be very simple. We're just going to take and even it up on side to side, and this top and your sides, you want to make sure they are the same. So I'm going to grab some liquid glue again, and I'm just going to swirl some glue. And I'm going to set this down just like that. Now all we need to do is put our mat on the inside, and that should be fairly simple. Let's see if this is cut That is cut to the right size. I'm going to wait and stamp later. So I'm just going to glue this in. Just like that, give it a good press. And now we need some embellishments. And I'm loving these iridescent pearl basic jewels. They're so pretty. So we're going to use those, and I'm going to grab my take your pick tool. And I'm using the putty end of it. And I just want to pull off about 3 of these pearls and scatter them about. Pearls can dress up the worst of us and make us look elegant. So I figured for my card I wanted elegance. So what more than some shiny pearls? So I think they are lovely. Now our card is done. Now I'm going to bring the other one out. I want you to look at both of them, and if in the comments you would let me know which one's your favorite. That's always fun to do. And there they are. The same design, the absolute same card, except the flowers are turned. No, they're actually the same way. They're turned a little bit more this way. You're a blessing, and just wanted to say thanks. So we could put a birthday greeting in there. We could put a little thank you note in here. And beautiful, beautiful cards, and so easy to make. So I hope that you would like to make these. If you want to look, if you need a list of any of the products I used today, go down below this video, click on my blog, and you can go there and find any video I've made just by picture. So as we close, my statement I always make: let everything that you do bring glory to our Most High. He is worthy. So talk to you soon. I hope y'all have enjoyed this, and we will be back on Friday with a live, so be sure to join us then. And next Saturday, or this coming Saturday, we will be here with another presentation of not a live but a recorded video for your enjoyment. So thanks so much. God bless and keep you. I love you guys forever and so much. So until we meet again, God bless and keep you. Bye bye.